Why, hello there everyone. I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu, and welcome back. And we're back from our short break. But anyhow though, today we're updating on some molts. And these molts are all unexpected. So let's get straight into it. So the first one here is actually my Brachypelma albiceps. This is my male, and it's been a long while since he last molted, but this one came as a big surprise, so I had to show this one. And he's not yet mature, but his molts measure a little over 4 inches, so he's possibly penultimate at around 4.5 inches. So let's wait and see if this guy is penultimate or not in the future once he molts again. Now I do have 2 females, so let us hope that the molt cycles will align perfectly to where I can breed them on time, but it's really anyone's call, so let's wait and see. My female is a little bit larger than this male, but let us continue. So this one here is my Poecilotheria striata, my Mysore Ornamental female, and she molted out as well. And this is one of my few females that I have. I have about 9, 12 females. I lost count. I don't keep count, but this one had molted. So let's pull this molt out. When it comes to recording arboreal species, it's very difficult because of how they're angled and because of how arboreal setups are pretty much made to where it's difficult to get a good recording, so getting them in focus is not that easy. But I promise you I try to do my best when it comes to recording this female. But let us continue. So this next one here is a Tliltocatl vagans, also known as the Mexican red rump tarantula, and this is my female, and she was hatched out in 2016, so this year she'll be turning 8. So I measured her molt and it came around to be about 5 inches, a little over 5 inches, so about 13 centimeters in leg span. And honestly, she doesn't seem that big to me. I don't know, she is a mature female because her spermatheca is scleroterized, meaning that it's fully developed. So she's a mature female, but to me, she still seems small. And I also don't have any plans on breeding this tarantula. This one here is a pet only for me because this species is readily bred in the hobby, and essentially if I was to breed the species, I'm going to have trouble selling away the babies. I don't want to be stuck with babies I can't care for nor sell, so I'm just keeping this one as a pet only. But I am glad she's not too big because that means that I still have a bunch of time to actually grow with her. So let's see how long she'll live as an adult. And it's really crazy to think that 8 years have already gone by. We're getting close to 10. So let's see how big she'll be then. Now this next one here is actually the biggest surprise of this entire video. But I'm not saving this one for last, I'm just showing these in order. But this one is the big surprise. This right here is my Lasiocyano sazimai, also known as the Brazilian blue tarantula. And man, this little guy here is a mature male already. And he is tiny. He is only about, I'd say 3.25 inch, or about 7 to 8 centimeters in leg span. He's very small. He's actually the smallest mature male of this species I've ever seen. I've actually had some mature males of this species in the past, and I have to say they were all around 4 inches in leg span, or about 10 centimeters in leg span. But this guy here is the smallest one yet. So it's honestly a big surprise because his last molt was only about 2 inches in leg span. So for him to finally just jump from a small juvenile to essentially a mature male is the most surprising part, because females are usually around 4.5 to 5 inches in leg span. So this guy has a lot cut out for him. So let's wish this guy the best, because he might get eaten if I'm being honest because of how tiny he is. But who knows, every male deserves a chance, right? But I still can't get over it though, how this male went from being a small 2-inch juvenile tarantula to being a mature male in one molt. Oh man, I gotta keep records on that because that is a very interesting jump in terms of leg span and into being a mature male for this species for sure. But let us continue. Now let us continue onto the next 3 tarantulas, because these next 3 are all Monocentropus balfouri, also known as the Socotra Island blue leg baboon tarantula. And all 3 of these are mature males, but the reason why I'm showing you these is because of how different the blues are in contrast between each of these 3. You're going to see as I show you. The first one here is the most vibrant and most blue Monocentropus balfouri I have of the 3 here that we're showing on video today. And 2 of these 3 Monocentropus balfouri mature males are claimed, so 1 is still available. And if you're wondering which one is still available, it's this one here, the very blue one that I'm showing you guys right now. This guy is the last one available. He's only going to be sold for breeding purposes only. Now by the time you're seeing this video, this male may already be sold, but just contact me in case for those who are looking for a mature male for the species as a breeding project. Now stuff do come and go in my collection, so whatever you see on video, it may be gone the next, so always contact me early just in case if you're looking for something. And this is our next mature male, Monocentropus balfouri. And this mature male is not as blue as the last one. He's a bit more of a dull colored mature male. Not saying that's a bad thing, but doesn't look as bright or as blue as the last one. He does have a more purple to gray color tone in comparison to the last one. So I do find that to be very interesting of how much they can vary in terms of blue, quote unquote. I don't know, do you consider this blue? I really don't know. But hey, while he may not be as blue as the last one, he's at least a larger male in general, so that's really nice to see. Very leggy dude, I'll say that much, but he does eat, so that's a huge plus. So when it comes to my preferences in choosing a mature male to use for a breeding project, I actually prefer the larger mature males. So I would actually choose this guy over the last one. Although he's not as bright, this guy is at least big enough to hold his own against a female when he's breeding. So hey, to each their own and personal preferences, I guess. And now let's move on to the one I saved for last. And there is a reason why I saved this one, and it's because this guy, although he's not as bright in terms of being blue as the other two, this guy is a bit darker in the carapace, but he holds a much more stronger purple color, in which in my opinion, I prefer. Purple is not a very common color when it comes to tarantulas. You will see more blue than purple in my experience when it comes to tarantula species in this hobby, but I want to know what everyone thinks. Do you prefer the blues or the purples? And with that, let's wrap it up around here. So as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stick around. I upload every single Tuesday and Friday here on the channel, and also support me on my social medias such as my IG and Patreon. Everything's linked down below. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.